Hey YouTube, it's just me, Ted, 1969 here. Shout out to Maddwoba, who named me in his video, and the video was about naming your favorite toy line. As many of you know, I am a Star Wars fan, and I do have some Star Wars toys. I don't know if I call myself a collector, because to me, that's somebody who avidly collects everything at great lengths, and I haven't had the wherewithal in time or terms of space or resources to do that. I do have a few things of Star Wars that I enjoy, and I've showed some of them over the years in different videos, especially my R2 collections. I would say I collect some troopers, but I don't have very many at all. If I have a dozen or so troopers, that's about it. Other than that, I don't have a lot of stuff. I have some old stuff from the 70s, but most of my Star Wars stuff, well, I'd say a good portion of it is stuff that I had as a child and wasn't well preserved or taken care of, but it was played with and enjoyed immensely. Uh, so I won't touch Star Wars for now, even though I would say, I would say my favorite Star Wars line would have been the 3 3/4 from the 70s, and my X-Wing and my Millennium Falcon from that period as well. What I'm going to look at tonight in video is some other toys that I got great playability with before and probably even during the Star Wars phase, and these spent a lot of time in the sandbox over the years. They lived in my dad's shed for a lot of time after that, as my nephews and nieces played with them, and got beat up by different stray shots of paint and whatnot over the years. So some of them are in better shape than others, but I just find it adds to their character. So we're going to talk about Tonka toys, as you may have guessed by now from looking at the video here. And I'm just going to show you what I have. And again, I don't have a complete collection by any means. I make no claims to be a collector, but it's definitely a favorite toy line. Tonka had a number of different lines, I guess. There would be the good-sized sets like this shuffle type of thing here, and then the standard Tonka, the dump truck. And as many people who are into Tonka can tell you, these things are tough. I remember as a child putting both knees in the box, riding it across the yard. I've seen a picture on Google somewhere along the way, or Facebook, of one of these things being used as a spare tire for a Volkswagen Beetle. The old 70s kind, so I don't know how true it is, but I wouldn't be surprised. These things are just basically made like a tank. So that's that. This isn't Tonka, but it's kind of inspired by them from the same period. And the trucking days, of course. Home Hardware is a Canadian hardware store. I'm not sure if they exist in the US or not, but they did this, and it was quite nice. It's articulated, semi-tractor trailer, the back door's open. I remember my cats hiding in there when I was a kid. Here we've got another Tonka. I believe it might be a Mighty Tonka, but it's a Tonka road grader, and that's fully functional also. That helped me lay lots of roads in the sandbox over the years. Some of the smaller Tonka lines, this one would have come, the trailer with the low bed would have had some kind of a bulldozer on it that got lost over the years. And there's another truck that I ended up with, and that's a fun grader. That's another one of my early toys there. And I've had that probably since I was probably 3 or 4 years old, I would guess. And quite a nice trailer. It articulates in the center, and the shovel lifts up and down. So there's some good detail there. Might have had a cab on it at one time, but that doesn't look to have weathered the storm too well. I've never really researched it to see what it looked like in its original condition. Going back to the 70s, Tonka came up with these little futuristic space buggy kind of things, and I think if you actually pushed them, they had a little resistance motor or whatever, that or friction motor, however you call it, that they would roll a little bit, and I think they might still actually if I tried it, but I don't know how well that would work on the carpet. We've got the Tonka Dune Buggy, and we're looking at something else here. This is a Buddy L, just a little horse trailer here set up. I think this might have been UK in origin, but they did sell them here in Canada at different toy stores or different toy departments over the years. So we've got that. Not sure who made the little V-dub there, but it's a cute little thing. So I just wanted to take a look in at that one for a moment as well. Here's another Tonka staple, the bulldozer. And again, I'm not sure if more was attached to this over the years or not. I think there might have been a smokestack at least that's missing. possibly some kind of a roof over the seat. But this one has rolling tracks, and the blade lifts up and down. Quite a mighty toy if you want to just plow some sand around in your box, so that's pretty fun. And of course I've done a video of this last year, which I still haven't finished rejuvenating the old Volkswagen Beetle from Tonka here, but as you can see it's still waiting stripping, final stripping. I've taken some paint off of it, however it's not entirely successful with the attachment I was using on my Dremel, so I'm going to see if I can find something else to do that, and we'll try and repaint it. I've got a cool purple paint I believe that I'm going to do. So all this love of die-cast over the years got me into some old gauge trains in the later years. The biplane here is, I believe, a Newport 17 from World War I era, and I got that at a flea market last year, 2013. And over the years I've got these I think 43 scale toy cars, and they're just pretty cool to go along with the old gauge tin plate toy trains that I mentioned. And that's the reason I'm collecting those, but I guess they're kind of loosely Tonka inspired, just from that whole old 70s type of thing when you had the metal toys that kids probably wouldn't be allowed to play with these days because they'd be hurt terribly and end up in the hospital and that sort of thing. So, you know, just what we had as kids in the 70s growing up, and I hope this is a good little trip down memory lane for everybody. And just in case nobody's sure what I'm talking about by an old gauge toy train, here's one up here. This would date from the 30s, 40s, or 50s. It's a Louis Marx Commodore Vanderbilt engine. It's an electric train, and basically you throw it on a 3-rail track and it would roll with the same type of remote control feature, and forward, reverse, variable speeds depending on how the remote was set up. So that's my collection of the Tonka line of toys. I'm not sure it's a line per se in the name of by definition, but there's different types that have been over the years, and these are the ones that I've enjoyed as a child and that I still enjoy having a hold of today. So I hope that's a great video for everyone, and shout out back to Maddwoba. He's a really capital gentleman. Always enjoy watching his videos. They're funny, and he's just a really great fellow to know, and a real true collector. May the force be with you.